Welcome, good afternoon. It's the 2014 My 98.3 Monroe Bank and Trust Economic Update. I'm Ryan Nutter, President and CEO of Monroe Bank and Trust. Doug Chafin. Doug, good to see you.
Good to see you again, Ryan.
Hope you had a good holiday season. Back more with economic news and data information for all of our listeners and all of your customers. Before we get to some really good New Year's financial resolutions, and some good common sense approaches to finance. Let's talk about the job numbers and what's out there right now that we know the latest stuff.
Yeah, the labor statistics just came out last week, and the economic data is still relatively good. We saw jobs increase by a mere 74,000 jobs for the month of December, which is low. We've been running about 200,000 jobs, as we've talked about in the past. That's really what it takes to have some job growth and some economic growth. But manufacturing data is up, production data is up, so most of the economists are saying this is a bit of an anomaly for December, and so we're still on that slow, steady improvement we've always been talking about.
Good. It's the My 98.3 Monroe Bank and Trust Economic Update. Now what you've been waiting for is some New Year's financial resolutions, and Doug's going to run through 6 things that you can do that will help you here in the new year. Doug?
Well, the first thing we always advocate is living within your means. Establish a monthly budget, follow it, rather than paying for major purchases and then trying to find a way to pay it off. Save for those major purchases. That's always a good way to keep yourself from getting really underwater in debt substantially. Second thing, review your finances on a monthly basis. Sit down with your spouse, sit down with a loved one or your family. Talk about where your money is going, talk about whether you have enough to cover those expenses. And again, if you've got large expenses coming down the road that you can plan for, certainly plan and maybe set aside a little bit for that. We always talk about managing your debt properly, and one of the most commonly broken New Year's resolutions involves getting out of debt or paying down debt. The average American who has credit card debt has roughly $15,000 in credit card balances. Sometimes it's not possible to pay that all down at once or over a period of a year, but you need to plan ahead, and you need to start about at least considering paying that minimum payment that's required, and certainly paying that debt on time on a monthly basis so you don't get your credit score out of whack. We also talk about curbing your debt usage. Again, kind of the same philosophy. Don't buy things that you can't afford. Don't buy things that aren't part of your budget. Always make that minimum payment, as we talked about, and making those on time. And then check your credit report. Each of the 3 credit reporting agencies are legally required to allow you a free credit report every 12 months. So you can go to a really good website. It's www.annualcreditreport.com. There's linkages on that to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, which are the 3 credit reporting agencies. And check and see what your credit report looks like. 25% of all consumers have an incorrect credit report. So now's the time, once a year, take a look at it. If there needs to be some correction, if there's something in error, you can go to those individual websites and they'll walk you through the process to get those corrected. Now's the best time to do it rather than when you're applying for a mortgage loan or in the process of that. And then finally, seek help when you need it. We have a large variety of resources available at Monroe Bank and Trust. We have an award-winning MB Teach financial literacy program. We have 5 financial literacy seminars that are going on an ongoing basis at various locations throughout the county. Things such as managing your checking account, first-time home ownership, household budgeting, those types of things. Those are readily available and they're free to the public. And our staff monitors those, and our staff teaches those, so it's a good resource to get better educated on your personal financials. And then if you do have challenges, we have a partnership with Green Path Debt Solutions, very good, top-notch, nationally rated, independent, not-for-profit debt solution and debt counseling agency. Again, it's free to them, free to you as a consumer. You can find information on getting to MB Teach or Green Path Debt Solutions on our website, or calling our customer service center, or talking to any officer or or anyone in the branch level, they can direct you to the right resource.
All right. Doug, thank you so much. Some New Year's financial resolutions and great common sense approaches to how to better manage your finances in the new year. Good to see you.
Good to see you again, Ryan.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you.
President, CEO, Monroe Bank and Trust, Doug Chafin. I'm Ryan Nutter. You can always get more at mbandt.com.